What's up everyone, how's it going? I know this is quite a late video and I don't know if that intro went through again, but what's up everyone, how's it going? And welcome to today's market analysis and trade recap episode. Today's going to be a short episode. It's very late, but I wanted to make sure I get this video in. As you see, today we took one trade and it did happen to play out pretty nicely for us. We hopped in the market late around 9:30ish today, so we took a trade 10 minutes after we hopped on the chart, so we should definitely start to get on the charts earlier as we're progressing through this week, but I am going to be filled with work this entire week and over this weekend. Next week is going to be the week where we should get into full schedule, at least regarding market analysis segments. Pre-market analysis does get kind of annoying to wake up and record all of that in the morning, but let's see if we can do that as well. But in this video, I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to cover the news that we had today. Hold on. The news that we had today, which we didn't have much. Hold on, let me show. We just had, still government shutdown, but we had IBPMI and basically nothing after that for us to worry about. What I'm most interested about today is telling you about what made us take this trade. So let's dive straight into that, right? I'm leaving this there so I can walk through the trade and you guys can read through what I was thinking while I was in the trade. Because all this text was written live when I was actually trading. But as you can see, we left most of our pre-week analysis stuff. What we saw was that this lower region got swept. We saw immense buying pressure occur from that. And then we took out these all-time highs. After taking out the all-time highs, we saw a pretty aggressive splurge of selling activity that broke through these levels with not much of a reaction at all. We did have a reaction here, small reaction there, but it was nothing significant per se. They just simply acted retracements, right? And once we broke below this level right here, there's not much preventing us from going all the way down to this lower level. So what I'm trying to do, since we broke this level, I'm trying to see if we can capture a play that can help us catch the continuation of the trend down to this lower level. That's what I was looking for. And the short idea was validated by how liquidity on Bookmap was also positioned, right? If you take a look, we see our selling pressure occur, obviously, but where are our targets on Bookmap? Well, one target down here, but clearly if you look on the left-hand side, this has got to be our clearest target, right? There's not really any other target unless you consider that 6805 region, which isn't as significant, and it's unlikely that we head all the way there before first taking this out, right? So from where we're sitting at right now, it's pretty likely that we're going to continue down and take out the 6780 level. And that's simply probability like, right? Assuming that the market is 50-50, which I'm not saying it is, but assuming that, right? That says that we have, if this takes up 70% of space and this takes up 30% of the space, our probabilities would be flipped. So there's a 30% chance that we would head all the way up there and a 70% chance that we would continue going lower. So obviously I'm going to lean towards the shorts. That being said, I'm still waiting to see how price reacts, right? Because we just delved into a big passive buying block. We had lots of passive buying icebergs alongside lots of passive selling icebergs. So what that's telling me is that price is battling here. The auction is very active around this region. If I see something occur on either side of the region, then we can potentially enter following our idea or thesis based on. You can see using our cumulative hourly volume delta that above price we saw lots of selling delta showing selling aggression. Just another thing that would validate the short idea as well. But now we need an entry catalyst, right? So let's move forward and I'll show you guys where we found it, right? We're still moving down here. See now like let's take a snapshot right there, right? Oh, hold on. There. If we looked and take a quick zoom in on this right here, obviously you would think price is gonna head down there. You see lots of passive selling following price down and aggressive selling coming in. But that doesn't mean we should enter. That's just showing momentum. There's no entry catalyst yet. It's just further proving the short idea. We want to enter in good value, not based off momentum. Momentum is good sometimes, but as if the momentum's in good value, then it's good. Right now, it's not in good value at all. So I'm still watching. We're seeing buyer icebergs once again. Now what I'm looking for, or what I was looking for, was price to retrace into this barrier where I want to see buyer absorption. If we see buyer absorption followed by a move following that or validating that absorption, then I'll be happy to enter in. And you'll soon see that that actually occurs, right? Look, we see this big buy move up towards the upside. Hold on. Even more. See, now I'm still waiting patiently, right? Because those buys were pretty strong and we don't know what's going to happen. And we're sitting around right around here at this point, right? And on the footprint chart, we don't really, hold on. Yeah, we don't really see any absorption, right? Because on the 930 candle, we see a bullish candle, right? Next candle, we move down again. That's seller aggression for sure. But we don't necessarily notice absorption yet. It's like right now, I think I know what happened, right? We were actually, okay, you know how I said 6780 was the target? I don't think we were live on the market during that time, right? Or we weren't as active. Potentially we could have taken these shorts and carried out on the same play because this looks very similar to what I actually took. But there's not much absorption to be found there. While in the next trade, you will see that there is. In our trade, our target was at 775. Yep. So, we broke this region, or we're about to break this region. There we go. There we go. So we broke this 6780 level, right? And that seems to be a pretty important area for price, right? Now, I want to see how price reacts at this region. At the moment, we're retracing up into these upper selling barriers. If we break through, this could be the point where we retrace back into this VWAP region. If we don't, and if we start to see buyer absorption here with the rejection, it's likely we're going to head to that 6775 region. And as you see, we do push up into that barrier, right? And we start seeing selling pressure occur. From that selling pressure, I entered in. And you might be wondering, why would I do that? Well, first, it's a retracement play. Second, there's a clear target below at 775, and it's pretty significant as well. And also, we've retraced into this level. Buyers were unable to push above, showing buyer absorption, which we can clearly see on the footprint here at the top, right? We see aggressive buying come in near the top, but this buying quickly got flushed out, right? These buyers are absorbed, and there's aggressive participants at the top as well. Look, Delta is positive, but the candle is negative. Clear signal of buyer absorption. So we enter in around 782. So right around here actually. Even better entry than that. And I have that set here. Buyer absorption at heavy passive buyer region. Important 775 target. Yep. Passive buyers indulged at 6780, which you'll soon enough see. There we go. See those heavy passive buying that indulged at 6780? That's the invalidation of our trade. Doesn't mean we should exit because they can just be spoofing. We're just more attentive at this point and ready to pull the trigger on an exit whenever we need to. But selling pushes below it, so we're still in the trade, as you can see. Our entry could have been better for sure because value was up here. Our entry was down here. So we missed value by just a little bit. And our original stop loss was like this, right? Stop above this 8.5 level. So we kept it at 8.6, or it was around 8.5.5. So we kept it at 8.6 to cover and allow a little bit of room. And our take profit was at 7.6 to avoid no, it was at 7.5 to avoid being edged out. So that. Now, we broke below that buying region, but that 6780 region is very crucial, right? This is the area where we're getting most of the volume. We need to break below and have volume below to hold below and head down further. And that's what we're looking for. We don't want to stay in this trade for too long if we're not seeing what we want, right? And buyers do come back in there. But as you see, selling does push back in, and we do eventually break below. It was like this trade was pretty choppy, right? We had to be patient throughout this trade. Just take a look at the wicks within this, right? We got so close to our take profit, then we almost hit our stop loss. Then our take profit was hit. So it was quite scary being in this trade, but it did happen to play out. As you can see right there. So, I mean, it's like that breakout to the downside. Main factor of entry was there where we saw our initial buying absorption. Let's see, 45 candle. And here you can see additional buying absorption here with that 1K, but we did see buying strength above, which did make it quite a bit scary. As our stop loss was right here, we went there. So it was a scary trade. It wasn't as quick as we would have wanted it to, but it did happen to play out. Analysis was not bad. We could have entered the market earlier to take potentially higher quality trades and retracements potentially there and there. But I'm not going to complain about it at all. It took a nice 29 ticks on the day. Oh yeah, and I moved stop loss break even after we saw this big move which got bought back up. So yeah, there's that. If you have any questions regarding anything we've discussed today, feel free to leave a comment down below or join the completely free Discord server. Lots of good traders and a good community in there. You can definitely learn a lot for completely free. Additionally, if you want to check out the order flow tools, including these footprint charts and Bookmap that I'm using for completely free as well, check out the links in the description below as well. Addis is actually one of our channel partners. You can get started with footprint for completely free and start testing your strategy. Of course, you need to pay for live data and other stuff when you're trading live, but to test your strategy, you don't need to pay anything. But as always, no financial advice, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for whatever video I upload. So I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.